This is a nice day. Isn't this a nice day?
It's a great day.
This is going to be so much nicer than our other days.
Because we don't have to keep up our energy for multiple hours?
Because we don't have to. We will never hit a point today at hour 5 where you say in one word, possibly in one syllable, Scott, I'm running out of energy. Oh, God, help me.
I just gotta get this in tomorrow.
Oh, no. So last week, I don't know if you heard our 3 podcasts last week that aired on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Those were all spoiler, peek behind the curtain, filmed. They were all filmed at once.
Filmed?
Yeah. We're at what we shoot this on film and then extract the audio.
And only release the audio
from the film.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, but I, for one, think it's worth it.
Yes. You get the best quality.
Absolutely. But yeah, so we filmed it all at once, and that was 5.5 hours. So that was a day, and then the week before we watched Multiplicity, recorded the Multiplicity episode, and then recorded the entire 3-day New Japan Wrestle Kingdom review, which was over 3 hours.
Over 3 hours.
Yeah. So today it's just a nice day. We went out, we got some fluffy pancakes.
Today was a good day.
First timers. Yeah, is that what that Ice Cube song is about?
Yeah. Getting fluffy
pancakes.
Getting fluffy Japanese pancakes.
From Fufu Souffle Pancake House?
Yep.
Shout out, official sponsor of the podcast.
Official sponsor today of the podcast.
They were very nice. I would have them again.
Me too.
I had the fluffy pancakes with salted cheese whipped cream, which sounds weird on paper.
Maybe sounds gross to some people.
It almost sounds gross to me, but I'm like, no, I think I know what they're going for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I was right. It's like, yeah, it's like a mascarpone whipped cream thing. It's like, yeah, like it doesn't taste like cheese.
No, not at all.
It's sweet. It was really good. And you did the
caramelized banana
and Nutella, which had all kinds of, like, in addition to that,
ice cream.
and also ice cream and like
cream with
and like chocolate whipped cream,
chocolate whipped cream, and the chocolate ice cream with the like freeze dried raspberry chunks inside of it.
Jesus Christ!
It was very filling, but very delicious.
You went nuts. And a peppermint mocha.
That's
cozy.
It was very cozy. It was very romantic.
We've had a nice cozy afternoon.
Those 2 girls that worked there thought that the 2 guys with kitty masks were a gay couple. They were like, oh, look at the homosexual.
I like that the young women working there were also old Japanese men.
Of course.
My one critique of the whole experience, no one's fault but one person who didn't work there. The guy who nearest us at the sitting at the counter at the window ordered the one thing with like fish in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to smell that while I'm eating my treats.
Nope.
So fix that for next time.
No thanks.
Hey, word of advice. Fufu Souffle Pancake House, how to get your rating from a 4 to a 5. If anyone orders the fish, ask them to leave.
They have to eat in the back of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Next to the garbage.
Yeah. But otherwise, fantastic.
So, Scott.
Hey.
Of course, today, this is the news.
I'm not doing news yet. Housekeeping.
No, I got news to do.
Oh. You got this? Is this breaking news?
It's breaking news.
Okay, hit me.
Right now, I just read it while staring at your face.
Okay, go on.
It's the year of the tiger.
That's right.
You're being a real sassy puss about it.
Well, I mean, look, I'm sure it'll dissipate. We're 3 whole days into the year as of recording time, so certainly I'll knock it off by January 2023. You'd think
it'll be a slow calm down.
Not that slow.
We're just gonna take it day by day until one of us, and by one of us I mean me, strangles you to death.
Look, I get this once every decade and a fifth.
That's so stupid.
Math checks out. Don't argue with me.
All right.
And I'm going to fucking milk it. All right?
Birthday year.
Birthday year, motherfucker.
Keep all your weekends free because it's my birthday year.
Yeah, do not make plans.
No plans.
Because I will make you go out dancing most weekends.
If there's one thing you like to do, it's dance.
It's absolutely. It's a 365-day bachelorette party is how I'm living my 2022 Chinese Year of the Tiger.
Must be exhausting.
It's the worst.
but I've already committed to the gag.
Yeah.
And I have to keep going.
I'm too deep. So
I'll
I wonder why. Oh no, it's still recording. It just had Audacity just had to think about it for a minute. Housekeeping. First, as you all know, the title of the podcast is The Housekeeping. So the housekeeping is as follows. You have 1 week. You have 1 week and 1 day, but let's not dawdle. Okay, children? Let's get our finances in order. Let's get our affairs together. You have 1 week to send us requests for the All Request Spectacular, which is now officially at least 2 parts, because you guys have done well, but not great.
You could do better.
Let's be clear. You've done pretty good. You know, you passed the test, but barely. You know what you got? F+. Okay? So, $20 US minimum per movie request. You can send more. You can also just send money and not request anything. That's also on the table. Let's be very clear.
You can send money, request something, and then also still send more money.
Yes, you could do that too. All of these are on the table.
Tips are appreciated.
You can send it to paypal.me/notscotthenson. The link is in the YouTube description. It's in my Twitter profile. It's everywhere. Hey, what's my Twitter? Same thing, @notscotthenson. And yours?
Oh, I don't have Twitter.
Oh, you're done. You're off Twitter.
I'm off Twitter.
That's a shame.
Except for I tweeted 3 times today. So,
hey, guys, breaking news. You know, like a lot of people think this news is breaking, but it's actually way breaking than people think. Drew's back on Twitter.
I'm back on Twitter, and spoiler alert, I tweeted 3 times a few days ago, and at Sarah Sapas.
We did it.
Congratulations. We did it.
Yeah, I think that's the main housekeeping. Send the money, send the requests, paypal.me/notscotthenson.
There's a few of you I'm a little disappointed at.
Honestly, yes.
So,
and you know who you
together.
are. If you're thinking, wait, is that me? Yeah.
Yeah, it
is.
If you're feeling the pressure of disappointment in your life, it's from us. Not from your parents.
No.
Not from your job, not from your spouse.
We're your new parents.
It's from us.
And spouse.
Yeah, I'm your daddy.
We're your new...
Scott's your bottom.
We're your new dad husband.
Dad husband.
All right? So when you hear that like every group of friends has one piece of shit that nobody likes, and you're wondering like, oh, my group of friends doesn't. That's you. In this situation and the other one. If you're, look, all of your paranoia is well-founded. Anything you're worried or insecure about, let me be the first to tell you it's true. How to fix it? $20 minimum to paypal.me/notscotthenson. All right?
Done.
The house thus ends the housekeeping portion of this podcast. The housekeeping. Now we're transitioning to our new podcast and transitioning to a number of things. The news. Maybe you've heard of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the news.
This is the news.
On tonight's The News, 1, possibly 2 of the hosts of this show are gay. Kiss us and we'll tell you which one.
We'll tell you who it is. The long con.
It's a great long con.
It really is.
And I hope in my life I get to use it on someone. Like someone that's not involved in the gag.
Or it gets used on you.
I'd be okay with that.
Where you in fact have to kiss someone to find out who the gay man in the room is.
That's a good con.
It really is. It's like an O. Henry story.
It's like
the call was coming from inside the house.
What's Dear Abby? Is that what it is? Dear Abby?
I mean, that's something. What are you asking? Does Dear Abby exist? Yes, it does.
Where people write into Dear Abby and
Yeah.
she tells them who's gay. An old Christian woman tells you who's gay. It's Barack Obama.
Yep.
The answer is always Barack Obama.
Oh, I'm Barack Obama, and I'm gay. And thank you to Dear Abby for
revealing my secret to the world.
making that known.
And now everyone knows I'm gay.
I was a 2-term president. And Donald
My
Trump,
president.
1-term president. You know why? Not gay.
What? So only gay presidents can have more than one term?
Well, let's look at the facts.
Okay.
George W. Bush, gay. William.
You leave W out of this.
Fine. W is the exception that proves the rule. Yeah. But let's keep going back further. William Jefferson Clinton.
I mean,
totally gay.
We know. We're aware.
Ronald Milhouse Reagan.
Is that actually? Oh yeah, that was his...
No, it was Nixon. I tricked you.
Okay.
I was literally going to use Milhouse as the middle name for every president going back. George Milhouse Washington.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Franklin Milhouse Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Of course, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Him and his wife merged into one just disgusting Akira type creation.
Yeah. Delano Roosevelt was her name.
So that's presidential talk. All 2-term presidents are gay, unless it's a split term like Grover Cleveland, who is, of course, dead butch.
Well, you can't be dead butch and gay?
No.
Okay. I mean, I think you can, but
examples.
Who am I to say?
Examples, go. Hot seat.
Jane Lynch. That's the only butch person that I could think of.
I think it's kind of the opposite for women, but I like where your head's at. Gonna award you partial credit. You're lucky. You got lucky on that one. That was a buzzer beater.
Okay, good. It was a good gag.
So much news this week. I thought this was gonna be a short show, but we got all this news.
You're correct. There is a lot going on.
Well, I think we got to jump right into it because we teased it last time.
And also, we don't want to record for, I don't know, 4.5 hours.
Who's to say? We'll go where the wind takes us. But there's a lot of furry news out there, guys. It was a big week last week. And look, we wanted to report it to you last week, but we already recorded for 5.5 hours, as previously stated. So we thought we'd save you a little something for this week. Let's start with number one, which I don't really have much follow-up on, but it starts a trend that will continue throughout this portion of the news. So it's crossed out what school district concerned parents group this is.
Boo.
So
take a guess.
It starts with CO. I'm gonna say
Concord,
Comiskey. I'm thinking Chicago.
Comiskey Park.
Yeah. Public announcement with 2 police siren emojis on either side.
On both sides, just so you know, it's an emergency.
Public. This is serious talk. Parents, listen up. All caps. Do you know what furries are? If you don't, look it up. They could be in your child's classroom hissing at your child and licking themselves. We know that some already are aware, but for the ones who are not in the know, ... we need to let you know, period, exclamation mark. Classic punctuation usage. We have furries, in quotation, in our district, cat emoji. And we have a confidentiality issue. Apparently, one new board member has shared emails from parents regarding legit concerns about these furries, capitalized, I like that, proper noun, with whomever they choose without consequence. What is going on? That was the message. So that's all I have for that one. But that actually nicely sets the stage for the next 2 pieces of news, which are more specific versions of that. That one's very general. He's like, this concerned parent. There's a lot of concerned parents out there. I don't know if you know.
I had no idea.
Drake Wirtz, concerned parent.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Look him up, guys.
The cool kind of concerned parent.
Yeah, who want to? So this one was just like, hey, do you know about this? They're out there. Well, I'm not sure what they're doing.
Do you know about this? Have you heard about this?
Have you have you seen this? Have you seen the news today? So now let's venture over to Reddit, which is some sort of internet message board.
That's how it's pronounced. I thought it was called Read It.
Read It. It might be Read It. Anyway, I'm unfamiliar with it. I think it's a new website. But here we have a tweet from Michelle Evans for Texas.
Okay. Texas first.
Cafeteria tables are being lowered in certain at Round Rock ISD middle and high schools to allow furries, quotation marks, not capitalized, rude.
What?
To more easily eat without utensils or their hands, i.e., like a dog eats from a bowl. First of all, that would be e.g., not i.e. I.e. is id est, meaning that is. E.g., meaning something that starts with e.g., meaning for example. And she was using it as a for example, not as a that is. So, Michelle, points against you already. So yeah, and the title of the article it's with is a Texas GOP state rep. Actually, pardon me, it is not GOP. It's GQP state rep. Has a hairy conspiracy theory, quotation marks, to explain special needs seating accommodations in schools. It's getting wild, y'all. So yeah, so like there's certain tables that are lowered for people in wheelchairs. That's what this is about. And Michelle Evans for Texas. And hey, let's go ahead and give her Twitter at Thinker Michelle. I like that.
Like think and then HER.
Think her
Michelle.
No, just like Rodin's sculpture, The Thinker.
That's unfortunate.
This is an intellectual podcast.
Why isn't it Womanchester?
Should be. Cafeteria tables are being lowered in certain middle and high schools to allow furries to more easily eat without utensils or their hands. I mean, that's honestly the more logical explanation than what? Wheelchair kids? Come on.
Wheelchair kids don't exist.
Get out of here.
Do.
Let's have a look at Thinker Michelle. So Michelle Evans, Republican, wouldn't have guessed, for State Representative Texas HD 136. I guess that's the district or whatever. Has 1,300 followers, so not famous. She has since deleted that tweet. Very sad. If I asked you to imagine an awful white bitch,
I'm looking at it right now,
running for state representative in Texas, you would get it. You would nail it, change nothing. She has one of those awful smiles where one, it looks like she had to be taught how to smile, and two, where you see their entire row of upper teeth and zero bottom teeth. She looks like a monster, but I like her politics, and we cannot under any circumstances lower those lunch tables. The danger is too high. So I think that's everything from Michelle Evans. Give her your support. Her Twitter is mostly posting shitty organizations that support her bid for state representative. Gun Owners of America on board.
Can you DM her? I'm going to see if I can DM her.
Are DMs open? They are not.
Damn it!
Sad. Although maybe they're open if you follow each other. So let's see let's all become mutuals with Michelle Evans for Texas. I'm following. No time wasted.
I'm going to see if she'll follow me back. Then I'm going to send her a message and say something really inappropriate.
Nice.
Dear Michelle, I approve of your values. May I eat your ass?
Oh, hold on. There, we do have some. So her pinned tweet. At first, the radical leftists said CRT is not in public schools. We proved it is. The radical left says porno is not in schools. It is. Furries. After the insanity we've seen in Round Rock ISD lately, nothing would surprise me anymore. So that's her way of saying, well, first of all, I deleted my original tweet about it, but secondly, I'm not actually going to admit I'm wrong about it because you never know, and also a lot of people have just been responding to that tweet with pictures of fursuits. And I'm a fan.
Oh, that is good. I like it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the replies to her pinned tweet, like, rock.
What I like the most is the fact that there's two fandoms you kind of don't fuck with.
Yeah.
And that's like...
The Zohan.
Yeah, you don't mess with the Zohan.
Yeah.
Is furries and J-pop and K-pop stands.
Yeah. No, don't get on.
That's how you really get your shit fucked
If you want to ruin your online presence...
Put them together, look out.
Oh my God. The very idea.
Right,
and
well, let's see if she follows me back so I can ask her to eat her.
What if she calls your bluff?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm not a coward.
You're going to go to Texas and eat Republican ass?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I like where your head's at.
Listen, ass is ass.
And story number 3, which anyone listening, this is likely the one of the 3 you've heard of, if you've heard of any of them, because this made national and international news for reasons as yet unexplained.
Well, you got to report on something. Slow news day.
Slow news day. So let's start with the New York Times. Classic commie yellow rag journalism. Litter boxes for students who identify as furries? Not so, says school official. A Michigan school superintendent debunked the rumor after a video from a December school board meeting resurfaced in which a speaker airs concerns about students who identify as cats. It started with a comment at a school board meeting, which was later amplified by a Michigan State Republican leader. I'm noticing a trend. Huh. And let me get. I'm gonna throw it out there. I have no idea. Beyond it being a Michigan State Republican leader, I have no idea what kind of person it is. I'm gonna pie in the sky. No, just throwing
darts at a board,
blindfold darts. I'm gonna guess an awful white bitch.
Okay.
Okay. Could it be?
That's a bold statement.
I know,
but okay.
And culminated with a school superintendent explaining that no, there were no litter boxes on school grounds for students to use if they identified as furries. It is unconscionable that this afternoon I am sending this communication, the superintendent of Midland Public Schools, Michael Sharrow, wrote on Thursday in an email to parents. However, our Midland Public School stakeholders may be confused about a false message / accusation that has resurfaced this week and is gaining traction in the social media realm. The rumor that furries, people who have an interest in anthropomorphic animal characters and sometimes dress up as them, used litter boxes in the school district, which is about 2 hours northwest of Detroit Rock City, appears to have started at a school board session last month based on a video of the meeting. I like that one crackpot at a PTA meeting can make stupid national news.
Yes.
That's great.
One person coming up with one insane thing.
I guess you literally total, you need 2 people for the whole program to work. You need the one initial crazy person at the school board meeting, and then you need one Republican representative, and that's all you need.
Pretty much.
And now you're in the New York Times.
The New York fucking Times.
New York Times. The rumor that, we said that part, a member of the public who spoke at the meeting, Lisa Hansen, says in the video that she was informed. Oh, huh. An awful white bitch.
Lisa Hansen.
Hansen. Different. Chris, not Scott. That kind of Hansen. Member of the public who spoke at the meeting, Lisa Hansen, says in the video that she was informed by someone the day before. Oh, she heard from someone.
Oh.
The day before the meeting that litter boxes had been added to the unisex bathrooms, already a red flag, for students who identify as cats. I was stunned, Ms. Hansen says in the video, and today I am equally stunned and a little bit upset. Well, not a little bit, a lot of bit upset. Furious. I would even use that word, more like furious. Ms. Hansen says in the video that there is an agenda that is being pushed through our schools, is just my opinion, but somewhat nefarious when it comes to some of the activities. She goes on to say that this is a nationwide issue, adding, I'm all for creativity and imagination, but when someone lives in a fantasy world and expects other people to go along with it, I have a problem with that. Editorial, I don't. Ms. Hansen also says in the video that she plans to do more investigation on the issue. So more investigation besides hearing what some other dumb white bitch said over wine last night.
Yeah.
In the email on Sunday night, Ms. Hansen described herself as a concerned mom trying to protect my child. You got to think of the children. We parents aren't sure what our schools are up to. That's the problem. Accountability is not a crime. The school board members at the meeting did not respond to Ms. Hansen's comments, but her remarks gained traction after Michonne Maddock, a chairwoman of the Michigan Republican Party, shared a video of the school board meeting and the comments on Facebook on Thursday.
I'm seeing a trend here.
Crazy. Kids who identify as furries get a litter box in the school bathroom, Ms. Maddock wrote in a Facebook post sharing the video of the board meeting. Parent heroes will take back, all caps, our schools.
Take back.
In his statement, Mr. Sharrow debunked the rumor as categorically false. Let me be clear in this communication, he wrote. There is no truth whatsoever to this false statement/accusation. There have never been litter boxes within MPS schools. Why are you making me do this? According to Fur Science, a website run by a multidisciplinary team of scientists studying furry fandom, which I have filled out surveys before for, Furry describes a diverse community of fans, artists, writers, gamers, and role players. We don't need gamers and role players. Thank you very much.
No thanks.
A little bit. We're going to get better at gatekeeping. Most furries create for themselves an anthropomorphized animal character (brackets fursona) with whom they identify and can function as an avatar within the community. That's what the cowards do. The real ones get the surgery. In mass media, furries are usually associated with sexual fetishes, the website says, but the most cited draw to the furry fandom is its sense of belongingness, recreation, and escape from the mundaneness of daily life. And it goes on and is not overly exciting from there. So that's the New York Times take. Let's go to the Daily Mail UK. Yes, this news made it across the pond. Daily Mail, to my knowledge, is a right-leaning paper, so we are being fair and balanced, getting both sides of the story. Let's see where this gets us. Michigan school superintendent is forced to deny rumor that litter boxes, all caps, were provided for students who are furries, all caps, after outraged mom claimed kids are being encouraged to identify as cats and dogs. Well, let's not bring dogs into the mix.
Well, yeah.
The head of Midland Public Schools said, a couple bullet points below the title, the head of Midland Public Schools says it was unconscionable that he had to address the accusations. They were first made by Lisa Hansen, a dumb bitch, at a school board meeting in December. Funny that the newspaper would outright call her a dumb bitch, but here we are. Hansen said she heard one school put a litter box in a unisex bathroom for kids who identify as furries. Furries are people who adopt animal personas for various reasons, including a sense of belonging, fun, and sometimes for sexual purposes, or always for sexual purposes. The district denied that litter boxes were ever provided after the rumor was spread by conservative social media pages and one Republican state official. It's all you need. One crazy fucker at a school board meeting, one Republican state official, international news. Let me see if the article's any different. I don't know. If for a right-leaning paper, I think they pretty much hang out in the same general opinion sphere.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't know that international right-leaning is as retarded as American right-leaning.
I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, this is right-leaning for the UK.
For the UK.
So still left of American Democrats.
Yeah, and like British right-leaning is still like, is just conservative but educated.
Yeah, it's
not
just putting less
Christian and retarded.
Yeah, it's just putting less cream in your tea.
Yeah.
Like, as the article,
you can be right-leaning in other parts of the world, and it just means you have a more old-fashioned stance on a lot of issues.
Yeah, and are just for like
closed-minded to a lot of things,
and are just just for lower taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just fiscally conservative.
Yeah. Whereas in the United States, right-leaning means you're
cool.
Did I just learn something about Scott right now?
No, go on. Say your thing.
Is just
I might have misread the room.
More towards. I mean, there obviously are exceptions to every rule, but are
complete dissociative mental illness.
The more unwilling to educate themselves on more than one opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get too hurtful because there's a lot of people that I like that might be on the wrong side of my opinions.
And the wrong side of history.
And I don't want to...
Pardon me, the wrong side of herstory.
Where's his birth certificate? He wasn't even born in America.
Can you?
He's black. Bastard. Black bastard.
He's Kenyan. He's black. You do the math.
Yeah, that's why explaining like right-wing, left-wing politics to anyone who doesn't live in the continental United States of America
it's
is
different.
Very different. There's other extremes, like if you look at the far right in, I don't know, Poland, Germany, Romania.
Yeah, you get some cool stuff in Europe. Greece weirdly has like a Nazi party.
Absolutely. I'm sure like Belarus and the Ukraine are probably their far rights are a lot different. But if you think of a regular place that's full of educated people who went to school,
just a first world country,
but maybe their whole political their hierarchy is based on fucking your cousin, then you're going to at least have a better opinion of the world, and understanding of how things work. I love the fear of furries. As if they're not already so afraid of gays and trans that they have to have a third horse in the race.
I mean, you always need things to point to as some sort of fear scapegoat.
But they already have the gays and trans.
I know, but I think they're worried that some Republicans might eventually become okay with those things, so we have to keep going. There always has to be just a straw man enemy.
Right. Okay, Republicans are now they're more cool with the gays, but you know who you need to look out for? Juggalos. Now Republicans are a little bit more chill on trans, so you know what? Now they need to be afraid of non-binary asexuals.
Juggalos.
And juggalos, who are also furries.
Yeah,
you just got to keep throwing a third thing on top of it, so you always have... It's the rule of threes.
It is.
You got to have three things you're afraid of. For me, it's the open ocean.
Yeah.
Having children. I don't know. It's really just open ocean for me.
And diversity.
And diversity.
And something...
Diversity.
Nice. All colors of women.
Women are the problem. Let's be honest. We get rid of women, everything's great.
Things are looking up. I'll tell you that. And let me give these at the end of the day, two Republican bitches that like I'll go to your side. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say everything you said is true. Great.
Sure.
There should be litter boxes in unisex bathrooms, and there should be lowered tables so you can eat with your face.
Yeah. What? You don't have to use your beans.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Let's give you let's grant everything you've put forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all good. What's your like your whole argument is this is happening. Like, okay, I'll grant you this is happening. What's your fucking problem?
What's it fucking to you?
Yeah.
Can I tell you my favorite sexist joke?
Please.
I think it's okay for the podcast. When a ship is sinking, why is it women and children first?
Why?
So that men can come up with the conclusion in silence.
That's very nice.
Or solution, or fix the problem, or there's lots of different things.
Yeah,
but I enjoy that one.
That is nice. What's there's a classy one I like. It's not even sexist. It's just a classy joke I like. Why do debutantes hate group sex?
Why?
Too many thank you notes.
Ha!
It's a classy joke. I like that.
It's classy.
I really like that. But yeah, and look, if there are any Midwestern school districts that are encouraging students to identify as cats, fucking more power to you, pal. I'm sending my kid there.
I'm gonna re-enlist. I'm gonna re-up.
I'm gonna
re-up in high school.
In school. I'm far too old to do that, but I'm gonna blow a baby up someone and and send him there.
Jesus, right as I was drinking.
I almost
as I was about to swallow.
I almost spit-taked him.
You son of a bitch.
Spit-took.
Spit taken.
Attorneys General.
Attorneys General.
Ins your house.
That is our favorite saying.
Speaking of old podcasts of ours, you guys did a pretty good job. We gave you some homework to investigate our 4 demonetized podcasts and find out just exactly where we went wrong, or more likely where YouTube went wrong. Yeah. And why they're denying us the tens of hundreds of thousands of cents that we're due from the literal dozens of views on those videos. So our first one, first of all, credit where it's due. This is all from user DL, who is our
Hughley?
new. It might be DL Hughley.
DL Hughley listen to the podcast?
Who is our new favorite listener, and the rest of you schmucks are now you're on the DL, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Because this DL gets it. So, first one was, these are all from season 1 of the podcast, WCW Nitro, May 15th, 2000. That's the date of the Nitro, not the date it aired. You figure it out when it aired. There's a few candidates here. First of all, the half-naked Bowser thumbnail. Yeah, so the thumbnail was...
Could be an issue.
The thumbnail was hot Bowser. So that was one thing. At 25 minutes in, Dan said, "Wop Dago," and then we chastised him for being racist, and then we're like, wait, we're talking about WCW in 2000, and they said a lot of other words, and then I said those words. So that was one thing. And then 7 minutes later, I made a Hasidic Jewish joke, which I think
was very funny.
Which is funny and in perfectly good taste.
Yes.
Although that joke did prompt guest that episode, Luke, friend question mark of the show, to say this one's getting demonetized for sure 3 years before the channel was monetized, which is pretty funny. But the conclusion on that one is, if I had to say, I think the Bowser pick did it.
Yep, probably.
Next one is WCW Nitro, August 7th, 2000. 2 candidates. First of all, the picture shows a lot of skin again. I need to look what episode that was. August 7th. We're looking at... it's the creepy...
Oh, yeah.
The creepy... Oh, my God. I regret... putting this on the horrific picture of, and okay, all the characters are drawn like just nightmares, first of all, of Mickey Mouse walking Pluto, but Pluto's like 2 anthropomorphic, like he's on his hands. He's on his hands and knees. He's not like walking like a dog. Yeah. And then Goofy and Max are watching on. So yeah, they're watching on with Mickey in disgust. Goofy says, "Because dogs have no self-respect, Max." And Max says, I don't know how Max's voice sounds. "Dad, why does that shirtless man have that naked man tied to a leash?" Mickey says, "Shut up. Our love is beautiful and pure." And Pluto, with his tongue hanging out, again, on his hands and knees, just like a person being a dog, says, "Bow wow." And the son is watching on anger crying.
So in the world of Disney, the magical world of Disney, Goofy can fuck Pluto, and it's cool.
Yes.
But Mickey can't. Because it's gross?
Well, I don't think in this world that we've created with this picture, I don't think Goofy would fuck Pluto. I think he's could. He's
disgusted.
He could as much as Mickey could, but he's disgusted that Mickey
But he's a dog.
But yeah, I think the scenario we're dealing with here is Goofy, Max, and Pluto are all just like fully sentient dog people.
Okay.
And Goofy's like, Goofy's watching an equal of his on his hands and knees being walked on a leash by Mickey, by shirtless Mickey.
I got you.
Yeah, I think that's the deal.
I'm going to look up porn of that.
I mean, we're looking at porn of it.
No, real porn.
And that might be why this one was demonetized. Do we have any other things going on there? First of all, the picture shows a lot of skin again, and I don't think YouTube likes that. Second of all, you said this was the #1 alt-right wrestling podcast within the first minute. So probably one of those things. Fair enough.
I don't like that this is blurred, but the picture says,
"Wow,
if Goofy fucks Pluto, is it gay or bestiality?" Why is it only one and not the other?
I think
wouldn't it be both?
Yeah. Is it
like it's not one or the other.
It's none, one, or both.
Yeah. It's either just gay.
Yeah.
It's neither of them, or it's gay bestiality.
Correct.
If it's bestiality, it's also gay.
It's gay.
They're both men.
Yeah. If A, then B. Symbolic logic. One of my favorite courses in university. Third one, titled Not WCW Nitro, November 13th, 2000.
KNOT.
This one seems fairly clear-cut. Drew straight up said the N-word 48 minutes in. I think he was quoting something, but YouTube doesn't really give a fuck. Yeah, also, you might be giving Drew too much credit for quoting something.
Whatever it was, I was definitely quoting something. That's my stance. I'm sticking to it.
Fair enough. And the final one, the season 1 wrap / season 2 segue. Big old talk about how evil China and Taiwan are. Well, how evil China is and Taiwan for the first 20 minutes of the podcast. I don't think I heard anything else of note, so it must have been that. I think that's a fair assessment. Thank you to user DL. Also, shout out to our boy. Have you found some fun new porn?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to just the group.
Excellent.
Oh, gross.
Shout out to H Jobber Guy / Bone Dog's wife for also looking through and finding in some of the early podcasts that little known under the radar podcast Cumtown, if you've heard of it, might have stolen some of our bits that from the past that they did before us. Little known podcast who is currently doing. Oh my fucking god! Little known podcast Cumtown who is currently doing $118,000 Canadian per month on Patreon.
Not bad. Pick it up, get it, boys, and someday you might make it.
Making over $1 million a year.
I found an uncensored version of that picture I showed you, and it's pretty good.
Ooh.
It's Goofy on the ground, spread eagle, with a knife and a jar of peanut butter.
Oh my god.
And Pluto performing oral sex on him.
So you're saying we found this show's thumbnail?
Maybe, if you want to do it.
Step aside, Desperate Measures poster. It's Goofy time.
I've found a lot of other really great ones too that obviously you can't use as the poster for the podcast, but there's a really good one that I'm going to send to the group in a few minutes.
Maybe I'll put Goofy's head. Put Goofy's head on Andy Garcia and Pluto's head on Michael Keaton.
Okay, possibly.
I'm not going to do that because I simply don't have the time, but it's a nice thought. You know what? I actually might if I. I might do a real low effort.
Really like the fact that you can pretty much Google search any kind of anything.
It is nice,
and just be more than pleasantly surprised with what you found.
You're gonna like what you find.
Yeah, I did like what I found.
See, yeah, we covered. So we got all that. We got the news done. Oh, one other quick shout out to this week's, might become a regular segment, might not. Not going out of my way for it. This week's Coward of the Week. Minor wrestling talk. So if you're not interested, fast forward to the end of the podcast. No, even if you're not a wrestling fan, I think you'll enjoy Coward talk. So, what are we at? 2 weeks ago in podcast time, I read the report on the Wrestling Observer website, wrestlingobserver.com/f4wonline.com. Shout out, official sponsor of the podcast. Their reporter who does the AEW Dynamite live results every week, Parker Klin. Shout out to you, sir. Who 2 weeks ago became my favorite reporter on the site. When in mentioning the debut of internet celebrity Danhausen, Twitter personality, and I guess also sort of a wrestler. What did he say? So it occurred during the Orange Cassidy Adam Cole Lights Out match. This was a fun brawl, but it wasn't at the level of the great AEW Lights Out matches. The Danhausen signing is a major red flag for this company. Fast forward 1 week to this past Wednesday's report when, what's that? The very same man, Parker Klin, back at it again, says at the beginning of his report, where are we? The very first match on the show, Jon Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta, replacing...
No one. Doesn't exist.
Replacing the late Brian Kendrick, at least in terms of his online presence, who, look, I don't know, in some interviews and videos in the early 2010s might have downplayed or outright denied the Holocaust, said a lot of weird shit about reptilians, also with an anti-Semitic slant. There was kind of a trend there, and then he didn't get to do his debut in AEW Dynamite. So instead, Wheeler Yuta replaced him in a match against Jon Moxley. The report opens, in brackets, note from your reviewer, last week, I described Danhausen's debut as a red flag, as I'm personally just not a fan of the act or the gimmick. So far, so good. Stop writing now, Parker. In hindsight, that was a ridiculous thing to say, and that term should be reserved for people who actually deserve it. See comments made by Moxley's original opponent tonight. I'm sorry, and I appreciate those who reached out to let me know my mistake.
Mistake?
First of all, Parker Klin, you're the coward of the week. Secondly, those who reached out to let Parker know his mistake can absolutely go fuck yourselves.
So what essentially
you fucking losers.
What Parker loser guy has
Parker Klin.
Klin?
Klyn.
Huh.
It's probably a pseudonym.
So what you're saying is that other people's opinions mattered, that your opinion was wrong, and you're such a huge coward that you had to appease their opinions instead of keeping your opinion. Yeah. Because you were so afraid of the backlash of having an opinion.
Of saying, beloved internet personality Danhausen / pro wrestler ?
Yeah, that's a loose term.
Was perhaps not good for this company on national television. Because, as I've said before and will say again, AEW signing Danhausen is like a YouTuber getting a TV show. Let me know how it goes, guys.
I'm not afraid to have an opinion.
Are you going to have it right now? Are you having a raging opinion right now?
I'm having a raging hard opinion.
Go.
Hard R opinion.
Oh, if it's that, you can't have it during Black History Month.
Okay.
You have to, if you have any hard R opinions, just file them away until March 1st. Okay. And then just blast.
Danhausen sucks. I don't care who thinks that's a bad opinion. No one's going to cancel me because I'm not on a national platform of reviewing a show. But he's a bad wrestler, and
he's just like a. He's a
nerd.
He's a nerdy YouTuber
nerd who's not athletic,
who appeals to other nerds,
which is just what wrestling is now.
Yeah,
nerds who aren't athletic and can't actually wrestle but get to wrestle.
Yeah, I miss when wrestling was for fat racists.
I miss when wrestling was for guys who had guns in their bags and would have sex with underage women on the road and no repercussions whatsoever would come from it.
Now that's wrestling.
That's wrestling. That's my wrestling.
You know who doesn't carry a gun? Danhausen.
You know who doesn't have sex with minors? Well, I don't know. I'm not...
You know who doesn't You know who doesn't have sex with minor females? Danhausen. Hey, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm saying this is a bad thing he doesn't do.
I'm stating it as a fact.
Danhausen does not have sex with underage girls.
Bam.
What's wrong with saying that? End of statement. I mean, if you want to...
I have nothing left to say.
You want to extrapolate anything there? Interpolate anything from there?
Interpolate.
Yep. That's on you, pal. That's not me. I'm just over here reporting the news.
Hey, we're just asking questions.
Much of which is my own opinion. But that's news in its... What is news if not important opinions?
That is true.
Exactly. That's the news.
I think the real question of our news is, are we left-leaning or are we right-leaning?
Are we a New York Times or a Daily Mail UK?
Or are we OAN?
Did you break your windscreen?
I knocked it and it came off.
I see.
Or are we OAN? Are we the OAN of wrestling and movie podcasts?
That's the dream. That's what with every successive episode, we inch closer to the dream of being the OAN of movie and wrestling podcasts. It'll be a glorious day once we get there. I think we get a letter from the Queen once we get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
From her pedophile dead husband? No. Philip wasn't the pedophile.
I mean, they're all sort of pedophiles. But Philip wasn't Andrew.
They are cousin fuckers, so
certainly.
How dare
Philip was a pedophile, not the pedophile.
He's not number one.
No.
But he's top 10.
Is he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Desperate Measures, 1998?
Yeah, I guess.
What? If you got any other news?
No, I don't know.
What, are you mad now?
Yeah, a little.
Are we having a fight?
Are you and I having a fight?
Yeah.
No, we're not having a fight.
Okay.
So, this time, when we put the vote up.
Put a little poll up yesterday afternoon, because I sort of remembered, then forgot, and then you messaged me.
And I was like, hey, are you putting a vote up? And you're like, yeah, I'll do it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And so I did, giving the options of and Olympics in celebration of the start of the most important Winter Olympics of all time.
Yes.
Beijing 2022. Get Out Taiwan. And a 4 years apart, 3 choices of movies: 1990's Pacific Heights, 1994's The Paper, and 1998's Desperate Measures. And you guys want to know a secret? Drew's gay. Second secret. You guys want to know an open secret? We were gonna do. Should I tell him? I don't know if I should tell him.
Whatever.
All right.
Like we haven't done it already once.
I'll tell you guys, but this is a treat. I spoil you guys. We were gonna do Desperate Measures no matter what, but you picked it right with 48% of the vote. Desperate Measures. Well, 1998.
What we had originally said. Yeah. Was there was going to be 4 choices because we were going to include the squeeze just for the poster.
If y'all haven't seen the poster for 1988's The Squeeze starring Michael Keaton, check it out. Not a poster that would be made from if I had to ballpark it like October 2001 onwards. Yeah. It would be historically inaccurate.
And we had said that if one of them was a clear, like,
that's true,
runaway winner, that we would do that one.
I said if I posted the squeeze and a picture of the poster, I'm like, that's getting 100% of the vote.
Yeah. So we decided that, like,
and you hadn't seen Jackie Brown. Yes. And we're like, if we put that in the poll, it's just going to win. So if we're going to do it, just do it. Don't bother with the poll.
Yeah.
But we figured we'd give you guys a shot. But yeah, we wanted to do Desperate Measures. But if, for whatever reason, Pacific Heights or The Paper had run away with it, we'd have considered doing it.
We would have been like, okay, maybe we should, just because it did win clearly.
Yeah.
But luckily for us, you guys made the right decision for once.
You guys made the right decision. And as a treat, as a reward for getting it right, there's no poll for next week because we've already decided. I could put up a fake poll.
Yeah.
But we already know what we're doing. So
we're already ahead of you.
So deal with it, America. So,
America.
Yeah, we did 1998's Desperate Measures, starring Andy Garcia, good guy, and Michael Keaton, bad guy. Or were they? I found myself rooting for Mr. Keaton.
I like it when I go in expecting one thing and then realize it's wrong and I should be going the other way.
They both committed crimes. Who's the bad guy at the end of the day?
The guy who won't just let his sick and dying son die.
The guy who's too much of a coward to use his real name.
Yep. The one who's so selfish he absorbed a twin in the womb.
Andy Garcia, more like Shlomo Abramowitz. That, you know what? Let me just fact check that. That might not be Andy Garcia's real name. It might be Andre, well, it basically is Andy Garcia.
Yeah, but it's not exactly.
It might be Andres Arturo Garcia Menendez. Well, he had to get rid of the Menendez.
Is he the third brother? It's no.
Did some Asian guy kill his parents?
Some Asian. I think he was Asian. His it's no Isur Danilovich, but
pardon me.
Issur. Is the first name.
Yeah.
Daniel Ovich.
Who's that?
Is the birth name.
Woody Allen.
Of Kirk Douglas.
Oh, that's right. You forget how New York that name is. You know what? Good. I want Kirk Douglas's PR guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
His Puerto Rican guy. Yeah.
I think it happened a lot.
Oh, it did. In that era.
Early era of, like, you come over from, like, Hungary and you can't have a Hungarian name. So you're like,
especially a certain type of Hungarian name.
I couldn't tell you which one you're talking about. Woody Allen's birth name is Alan Koningsberg.
Yep.
So he changed it to Haywood Allen.
Haywood Jablomi.
Haywood Jack Meov. There's another one too that I can't remember who it is, but
there's some good ones out there.
Yes, there's a lot of people in those early days that have just
and this is saying something, the Jewiest names in show business.
Yeah, however, there are some that go the other way.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Of Boris Karloff, whose birth name
like Jim
was
Stevens.
William Henry Pratt.
Wow.
And he
decided Boris Karloff.
He went the opposite way.
He defected.
He defected. He was an English.
Hold on. Did Boris Karloff start the Cold War?
He did.
Holy shit.
You know it.
I don't think I knew that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was also married 6 times.
Ooh.
A total womanizer.
A Henry VIII type.
3 years, 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, 16 years, and then 1 when he was dead. They were married when he died. So.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so
they got married when he died.
When he died,
they were married 6 times. The 6th was posthumous.
The last one was 23 years. So he did go up. He was going like.
I mean, he gave them all a shot. It's none of them were fucking Brittany and K-Fed.
Nope. That's your...
Or a more current reference.
I was going to say, that's your go-to?
Yeah, they were all measured in years.
Yeah.
He's like, after 2 years, if you want to get rid of that bitch, that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Especially in old-time Hollywood when there was so much young, enthusiastic poon around.
Old school Hollywood baseball. Jack Girardi's 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Nope.
No, a mid-range System of a Down song about some like celebrity baseball game where everyone was a piece of shit.
Oh, nice.
First line of the song is Tony Danza cuts in line. It's a fun song. Old school Hollywood. Check it out. You'll enjoy it. It's I'm gonna go on a limb. Best System of a Down song.
Sure. Anthony Dominic Benedetto.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Don't know.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah, makes sense. Benedetto, of course.
Yeah. But way to go from being an Italian from Queens to just like a white guy. To
some Midwestern milquetoast white piece of shit.
Milk toast.
Yeah.
All right.
Milquue. Milkway toast.
How about Malk?
Now with vitamin R?
Now with vitamin R.
I'm in. Desperate Measures.
No, let's go on let's go on to another side conversation about things that aren't even fucking important or relevant.
It's Desperate Measures, and it was filmed in 1998. Interesting title graphics.
Yeah,
it was weird. These weird scrolling, kind of small diagonal things.
It was like you were looking on like a street corner in New York with like the news ticker.
Yeah, it was. It was like that ticker
to the corner and then around.
And wraps around the corner.
And they were like going down hallways and like through windows.
I think they got psyched that they figured out how to do that, and they're like, "Well, we got to do this."
Well, they got
right?
Windows 98. They were like, "Fucking let's do it."
That's true. Everyone did just get Windows 98, and people couldn't believe it. We basically opened the movie with Andy Garcia and Dokes from Dexter. Surprise motherfucker.
Surprise motherfucker. Surprise motherfucker.
Hacking into a security door with a credit card with a 9-volt battery taped to it. And the reason they were hacking into this secured room is so they could use the search engine.
Well, it was the FBI.
It was
and they wanted to break in so that they could search the FBI database for people who matched his son's bone marrow.
Yeah.
Sure.
No further questions. Moving on. Yeah, that was weird. And then they got caught by a security guard and then held a gun to him. And then that part
fucked him. It was real weird.
Yeah, and it all just sort of worked out, and no one ever got in trouble for that.
Not really. He's a cop.
Yeah,
and he is his supervisor, Brian Cox, I guess.
Brian Cox is the governor.
Is he the governor? I thought he was like a...
Or was that woman just like say something nice about the governor in your interview?
I think she was saying something nice about the governor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess because he's Cassidy, right?
Yeah.
So he's an upper level police person,
right?
Yeah.
And like so, after they do that, he and Andy Garcia and Brian Cox are both in the car, and they're going through the paperwork of the fact that they in the computer they discover that there's one match
in the
world in all the information the FBI has. There's one match for his dying son. Yeah, and that's Michael Keaton, serial
killer Michael Keaton,
who is a noted serial killer who has tried to escape prison twice. Yeah, or has successfully escaped twice.
Maybe.
And then they captured, I guess, or something.
Got him. 9th grade education, but over 150 IQ. A man after my own heart.
Right.
Before we get too much into Keaton, we were both delighted that young Brian Cox is still old and fat.
Always. Then
born that way.
Forever.
Yeah. I like that.
But so after they figure that out, they're in the car.
Yeah.
And they're like looking over the newsreel report, like the newspaper clippings and information about what Keaton did. But then later, Brian Cox is like mad at him for getting him to agree to the surgery to get the bone marrow, blah, blah. But it's like, well, then why are this
was all okayed
at the paperwork?
Yeah.
If you knew, like, was it just like, oh, here's just some paperwork on a guy I'm looking at, and then they're like, oh, okay, cool.
And like the paperwork was bad. Like Michael Keaton downloaded a lot of torrents.
Yeah, he was an early investor in downloading Napster.
Yeah, an early Napster guy.
He was a Napster boy.
Yep.
Getting those Limp Bizkit ripoffs and Metallica.
And comedy songs falsely attributed to Adam Sandler.
Or Weird Al.
Yeah.
Everything was Adam Sandler or Weird Al.
Yeah.
Even the like racist ones.
Not even comedy, just like a racist Charlie Daniels song. Just like Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Oh, it's really funny. I remember
it's N-Word Get Out by Adam Sandler.
I remember my the kids that I grew up with across the street from me, and the one son was 2 years older, and then the other one was younger than me. Noted Kelly's gay friend Clark.
How much younger than you?
1 year younger than me.
Oh, I thought 1 year old. I'm like, okay, keep talking.
No, 1 year younger than me.
All right.
I remember being on their shared family computer.
Nice.
Because we used to play video games on the computer, and his brother had downloaded off of, I assume, Napster, but it could have been LimeWire. Sure. Or the other one.
You got Kazaa?
Kazaa. He had downloaded...
by the way, you guys got any peer-to-peer file sharing questions? You come to Daddy. I got you.
His older brother, had downloaded Hitler speeches onto the computer.
Cool. Actually, honestly, not what I was expecting, but I wasn't fishing, but I like what I caught.
There you go. And so, we were like just playing video games and I don't know, browsing the computer. And then we're like, oh, what are these files? And then we like click on it, and they're just like straight up just full-length Hitler speeches that his brother had downloaded. I was like, okay. But like, I don't think I really understood Hitler, so I was just sort of like, oh, what a weird thing to download. And then back to video games. Not, this might be a red flag.
And how did it end up?
I don't know. He's like a weird metalhead now who's just got like super long hair and is like 40 and works construction.
Okay.
End of statement.
So it could go either way. I wish it had been Titler videos. Is that a sexy Hitler with big tits? Have you not seen Titler?
No.
Oh, Andrew. We got a big night.
Okay.
Oh, guys. And
a podcast. We're going to go watch some Titler.
I actually just searched it because as soon as you said Hitler, my my brain went on fire. And I'm like, oh, shit. I want to see Titler. It's hard to find because it's spelled the same as Titler, and so just like a bunch of like graphics stuff comes up. But I'll find you guys Titler. I mean, look, y'all are good at the internet. You'll find Titler. But yeah, I now know exactly what I'm doing the second I press stop on this recording.
Okay, perfect.
I'm showing Drew Titler.
Perfect.
It's a guy who looks like Hitler.
Okay.
Who is in a dress.
Okay.
With tits and sings beautiful songs.
Oh, nice.
It's great. Oh, man.
Amazing.
I don't know how you have avoided Titler this long, but
I was too focused on Hitler and not Titler.
See, that was your mistake.
I picked the wrong horse.
This is such a treat. I'm so happy now. This is gonna be great.
We got that, and we still have to listen to the new Korn album.
And we have to listen to the new Korn album.
Dropped today.
That's right. That's a real thing.
2022. There's a new Korn album.
Oh, you thought we were done with the news? Boom, new Korn album. Review next week. Probably not. You know what? Drew will probably listen to the whole album.
Why the fuck not?
And is happy to review it for you.
I think I've heard one new Korn album in the last 15 years, or one new Korn song.
What's the one that had "Freak on a Leash"? That's
the one
where I'm at.
Yeah.
I probably haven't heard a newer Korn song than their cover of "Word Up."
There was one that was a WWE pay-per-view theme in like 2012 or 13, maybe. Okay. Or no, it was maybe an NXT takeover theme at some point.
Ooh.
And so you probably heard it, didn't realize
they didn't get to be part of the big time. They had to go NXT.
Yeah, of course. Well, because look who runs NXT. And who's a lame old dad who only likes the same bands that he liked in 2000.
That's true.
There you go.
The late Triple H.
The late, great Mount Rushmore Triple H.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Friendship ended with Triple H. Nick Khan is my new best friend.
He's my new best friend. He's my new son. He's my new lover.
Yeah, he's somehow become his new son and son-in-law.
Yes.
Replacing both of the previous two.
Yes.
Triple H and Shane McMahon. Well, good news for, you know what? Good news for cons in wrestling.
Yeah.
They're really making it for themselves.
Tony, Nick.
Shad.
Wrath of.
Especially Wrath of. Michael Keaton is ripped in this movie.
Yeah, but he's weird ripped.
He's a very lean and a bit gaunt, but like almost zero body fat.
Yeah,
like Jade, like, he's got some abs, which is not what you're used to for Michael Keaton. He's always just very average. He's very average looking built. Dude. Yeah. So
it's like when like a guy who's known for playing a comedy role then goes and does like an action movie, and you're like, oh, that's not what your body should look like.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, kind of John Krasinski, or like, I don't know, Chris Pratt early on.
Sure.
Because he went from just like dumpy to Jade.
From rags to bitches.
Rags to bitches.
The more I see Michael Keaton in just any movie, the madder I get that he didn't get the Oscar in 2014. He's really good. He's good in everything. Like, this isn't a good movie, but
he's awesome in it.
He's great in it.
He's so good in it.
And he was great in Multiplicity.
Yeah. Yeah, he really knows how to just take command of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
just
fucking
being
great.
On screen he's amazing. But it's also
I mean, he's amazing, but he's no Eddie Redmayne.
He's no Eddie Redmayne. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to play a woman, and especially when you're a man playing a woman.
And a spaz.
And a spaz.
He won the award for playing a spaz.
That's true.
Yeah. Didn't get the award for playing a woman.
No.
Not yet.
There's still time. Why is everybody mad when, like, a non-wheelchair bound person plays somebody who's in a wheelchair, but nobody's mad at Eddie Redmayne for playing woman?
True.
Right? I feel like people are selective about what they're mad about.
Oh, you think they're not consistent with their outrage?
Oh, yeah.
You think they just pick and choose things to be mad at based on what benefits them and their whims?
They, absolutely.
It's crazy. I've never considered that.
Never.
Man, you really dropped the news on me.
I the news Scott. Yeah, I mean,
I thought I knew the news, but I didn't know the news.
No news for you.
No news for me.
Michael Keaton honestly is like such an amazing actor.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy how fast he dropped off and kind of disappeared.
Is it just his hairline?
I don't know if it's his hairline. I would imagine that there's some kind of like weird Hollywood thing we don't know about, because he still was doing film
stuff,
but it was
just
all
nothing
straight to
big.
DVD or digital down. There's no digital download, but
video home system
stuff like all this whole time. But he didn't really get a resurgence until Birdman.
Yeah,
and then he did like Birdman Spotlight, and then he did Spider-Man, and then now he's doing another Spooderman. But yeah, I don't understand why all of a sudden he just dropped off.
I don't know. It's not like he started being bad.
No,
he was always great. He's great in everything. I love Michael Keaton.
Me too. Yeah, and like
give him Eddie Redmayne's Oscar. Watch Jupiter Ascending, and then watch Birdman, and then give Michael Keaton Eddie Redmayne's Oscar.
Yeah, I agree. Just wanted to see if I could find anything very quickly on it, but doesn't really say anything about.
Is it possible
why he took time off? Or
is it possible that it's because his real name is Keaton and not Königsberg?
Buster? Oh,
I was not going for a Buster Keaton connection.
Do you know that his last name isn't even Keaton?
What?
It's Michael John Douglas. So Michael
Douglas. But if Kirk Douglas had kept his name, and then Michael had kept that name, then Michael Keaton could be Michael Douglas.
And then he would be a noted gay actor.
Well, noted gay actor Michael Penis.
Michael Penis.
Son of Kirk Penis.
Kirk Penis. I just want to see.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we don't steal Come Down bits anymore. What have you found? Have you found some news?
No, I just wanted to see if there was anything about changing his name or... but I guess Michael Douglas was already a popular actor by the time Michael Keaton became an actor.
Yeah, he's older.
And I wanted to see if it was like, oh, his name is based off of Buster Keaton, or his mom fucked Buster Keaton. And
get this. His mom fucked Diane Keaton.
Nice.
And he's like,
nice.
I'm taking that name.
That's hot.
Diane, I like your whole look.
Yeah.
I like that pantsuit.
I like the pantsuit, I like the hats.
I love
the scarves.
The hats and scarves. Yeah. I'm in.
I like a woman that dresses like a man.
Yeah.
Like a gay man.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I like.
Not a regular man.
No.
I don't want a woman in t-shirt and pants.
No. I want a woman who dresses like a classy, fancy man.
Yes. That's the look. Ladies, this has been Fashion Corner.
Fashion Corner. You thought it was over? No.
No, it's back. And then we get to the... So the premise is that Andy Garcia's kid, God is doing everything in his power to kill this kid.
God is doing everything in his power to free Andy Garcia of the burden of being married with a kid.
His wife is already dead.
Died in a car accident.
His kid is dying of leukemia. Sit back and let the winds roll in, pal.
Andy, you can do whatever you want if that kid dies.
You're about to win the dead family lottery.
And you were being a bitch about it.
Yeah.
I want to save my son. I love my son.
I found that part of the movie very unrelatable and unrealistic.
If I was dying and my mom was already dead, I would tell my dad to let me die and live your life. Because I'm not a selfish son like the little bitch in this movie.
Pretty selfish.
My nose is bleeding.
Pretty selfish.
I don't want to die.
I agree. So the kid's got like 12 types of leukemia. And AIDS. And AIDS. Who's to say how he got it? Probably from having heterosexual intercourse.
Yes.
Magic style.
Magic style.
In that it would be magic if that's how it happened.
It appears that you can only get HIV virus from having sex with, if you had sex with 3 million women. But if you had sex with one gay man, you could get it. Well, I mean, it must have been one of the 3 million women.
Probably, I probably.
I mean, there's so many, I lost count at some point. You know what? It might even be 4 million.
You know what? I'm Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I love that Magic got it from having sex with women, but Wilt, nothing.
Nothing. 10K. 10K.
Nothing.
Spotless dick.
Spotless dick.
Pristine.
Yeah. Fresh out of the package.
Yeah.
Smells like a new car.
Smells like a newborn. So Michael Keaton's the only possible bone marrow donor. They have their first
interaction.
Their first meeting is like the end of Act 2 of any other movie.
Yeah, it's as if like Michael Keaton had escaped, they caught him, and now he's having the conversation with him after he's been caught.
Yeah, but this is the second scene of the movie.
This is 10 minutes in.
At most. So Garcia's like, hey, got this kid, he's hella fucking sick, and if I knew what was good for me, I'd just leave well enough alone. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I'm trying to make this a hassle for absolutely everybody by trying to make a serial killer donate bone marrow.
Get people killed because I'm selfish about my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's, it comes down to Andy Garcia being selfish.
That's why we're cheering for the wrong guy.
That's why we're cheering for the right guy.
We cheer for the right guy.
The movie tried to get us to cheer for the wrong guy.
The movie wants us to cheer for somebody who's ruining people's lives to save his dumb son's life.
Andy Menendez, bad guy. Yep. Who'd have thought?
The third worst Menendez, or second, depending on which one.
I'm gonna put him between the two.
Yeah,
Lyle
and Gilbert.
No,
Gilbert Menendez.
You're thinking
Gilbert Melendez, who's a former MMA fighter.
That's exactly what you're thinking of. Lyle and Eric Menendez brothers. Lyle and Eric.
Nice.
You're welcome. I know, my murderers. You know what?
Okay, but
Eric, pretty handsome guy in his adulthood.
Who did the final blow?
Ooh, great question.
And they're both still alive, right?
Yes. Can I just word search final blow on the Wikipedia? No, sad.
Whichever one did the killing, obviously number one.
Is the worst Menendez or best Menendez? Which direction are we going?
The worst Melendez. So number one.
Okay.
And then whichever one.
Then Andy Garcia.
Then whichever one didn't do the killing blow.
Yeah.
Was it guns?
Yes.
They shot them, right?
They blew them away.
Blew them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exploded them.
Yeah. There was no. There
incendiary rounds.
Ice bullets. Yeah, they got some. They got a number of types of ammunition from Doom. Who? Yeah, I can't. I am intrigued. I'm interested, just like dynamic wise, like which one's the leader? Which one's the Lana Wachowski, and which one's the Lily Wachowski, the follower who just wanted attention?
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton says no, basically, to Andy Garcia, and then says
he's like, "What's in it for me?"
Yeah, and he's like, "I don't know.
I'll do you some stuff."
Yeah, I'll owe you one.
Yeah. But I think the only reason he agrees to it is he realizes he can use it.
He's like, I can do some business here. So he gets them to agree to put him in general population.
Back in general pop, give him back his smoking ability, and something. He's allowed to have 4 sugars in his coffee, which is a silly ass thing to not have, but okay.
Yeah. So pretty quickly from there, we get the one scene I remember from watching this movie on video home system at my grandparents' house, the thumb breaking scene, which I knew it was coming, so I was prepared for it. You did not enjoy it.
No, but as soon as I saw what he was doing, I knew what
it's happening, but it's yucky.
It made me kiss my thumbs to appreciate them.
You're like, ooh.
My boys.
I would never do that to you.
I would rot in jail rather than hurt you boys.
Yeah, they do a good job with it. It's gross.
Yeah, it's clever. It's very clever. Like, I would have never assumed that that's how you would dislocate your thumb.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just, like, jam your hand into the wall?
No, he had a whole system.
Yeah. Shoelaces and the edge of the bench.
Yeah,
and
he knew what he was doing.
It was gross.
So he had this series of things. So he does the thumb breaking. Yeah. He gets someone. Oh, he gets Oscar winner for documentary short. Fisher Stevens to get him not drugs because he's like the prison yard drug guy, some Narcan, which I don't know if I knew existed in 1998.
Me neither.
Oh, also Fisher Stevens looks exactly the same in 1998 as now.
He looked older in that. I think they might have made him look a little grosser.
Oh, they aged him?
Or just like his hair looked different.
Yeah.
So it made him look older.
Mm-hmm. But you see him and you're like, oh, that's Fisher Stevens 24 years ago.
24 years ago.
Looking good. That's the move of like looking like that from a pretty early age. Like, yeah, I have like kind of a bad hairline and just generally look ill.
Yeah, but when you are old.
Exactly. Like when you're 20, you look 50, but when you're 70, you look 50.
That's true.
It's the late in life trade-off. So he gets Narcan, and then does he do any other sneaky things? I guess those are the main two things, right?
He breaks the lighter, so that he can get the part that is like the
flint thing. Yeah,
and jams it into
his thumbnail, and then he hides the little vial of Narcan tied to his string,
which he then grossly swallows. Very graphically. I did not appreciate it.
Yeah, he did some real swallow acting. Yeah. And so then it's surgery time. He as he's getting the anesthetic, brings that Narcan back up from the depths because it was tied to his tooth or whatever, and chomps that Narcan to counteract the anesthesia, and then pops that thumb right out of the restraints, and then uses magic thumb flint to create a flamethrower.
He then lights 2 people on fire to death.
Yes,
and then another one gets like slightly lit on fire.
Interesting that the 2 men die and the woman is immediately saved.
Well,
that's why they get paid half.
Because they get saved first.
Or 70% or whatever it is. Whatever it is too much. Amazing Dave Chappelle line.
Yeah.
Who's never gotten in trouble.
Never.
Maybe he said the quote unquote transphobic stuff, so that line would seem by comparison okay,
or just like slip through the cracks.
He's
like, this is the
message
joke,
yeah.
And people are going to get mad at it. Yeah. So what if I say something wildly insane and then this joke just very quietly gets through?
He's a genius.
Everyone says it.
So Keaton yeah. Oh, did we I missed a couple things, I guess. Before the surgery, when Keaton's just in Gen Pop, he gets to use the computer.
yeah, unsupervised.
Yeah, hanging out.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna go have a smoke break. Just pop on there, answer some emails.
Yeah, to look up the entire blueprints for the hospital, which are very easy to find. Yeah,
which are just, even by 1998 computer standards, is just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna dial up internet this, and then let me search prison hospital schematics. Yeah, look, right here. First search, first result.
And then when he's getting wheeled to the hospital from the prison, also the geography of this movie just flummoxed me.
Yeah. Very weird.
I could not. So it's a prison attached. It's a prison on one side of the street.
Yeah.
And it's a hospital on the other side of the street. And not just a prison hospital. I think a general hospital.
Yeah.
And there's like a Skybridge connector. But it's a weird setup.
It's really weird.
I'm like, it's a setup that exists solely to serve the purpose of this movie. Like, otherwise nothing works.
Maybe it's a hospital that specializes in chemical castrations. And they need easy access to it.
An Alan Turing situation.
Correct.
He had it coming.
Well, don't be a gay sex predator, and you won't get your balls.
Look, you can solve 2 Enigma machines, or not be gay. But you only do one, and you want to be gay?
Yeah.
No
Punishment.
I don't think so.
Punishment.
So and then the one other thing when Keaton's getting wheeled in restraints from prison to hospital across the street, they have like drug dogs sniff him, and he like hisses at them and scares them, which is fun.
You dumb dogs.
I enjoyed that. So so he breaks out of flamethrowers a couple people, and then business picks up like super fast.
Yeah,
like,
very quickly.
We do the flamethrower, and then he escapes down the laundry chute using 2 defibrillator paddles on the walls to like
slow
friction his way down.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
But then when he hits the bottom, it's not like even a hard or sharp drop. It's like a slide. So I don't even know that he necessarily needed to slow himself down.
I don't think the paddles were necessary at the end of the day. But
he landed in a pile of laundry.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I do like that literally as he's escaping, one of the first things you hear the police say are, "I bet you the bastard dislocated his thumb."
Yeah. When somebody said like, "How did he get out?" Brian Cox says, "I bet you the bastard dislocated his thumb."
You thought of that immediately, and if you did, maybe check a little closer.
Double handcuff him.
Yeah. So that was fun. So he then he goes back. He scoots his way back up the laundry chute to some other floor because they'd be expecting him, and they are expecting him at the bottom with guns.
Yes,
but he shimmies back up, and
while his legs are still handcuffed, he's still shackled.
Yeah,
and he can use that to get back up.
Correct, but he's like. It seems to be it's very chill on whatever floor he ends up on.
Yes,
like word hasn't spread. Like
he pops out and he just like wanders the hall.
There is a most wanted serial killer on the loose in this hospital, and a hospital-wide announcement has not been made.
Or there isn't even like security on every floor.
No, there should be a person at every door in the hospital, but this floor is business as usual.
Just like nice and relaxed. And
just word has not spread yet. Nope. So that was kind of fun. Then we have some showdowns. He takes doctors hostage, but Andy Garcia both doesn't want to shoot him himself and doesn't want other cops to shoot him. And of course, the other cops are more likely to shoot him because if he shoots him, that's his kid's one shot at not being a dumb baby anymore.
Yeah. Except it's not.
Except, I guess this is the point in the podcast where we refute the basic thesis of this movie, which is we can't kill Michael Keaton because we need him alive to do the bone marrow transplant. Because at one point, the doctor, played by the incomparable Marcia Gay Harden, who has a pig nose,
and is the person that I'm, in the history of my life, have been the most happy about being murdered in a movie.
Yes, the person
in The Mist,
who has never been asking to be murdered more than in her role in The Mist. Because he's making her get some cyclopropane, I believe, to blow some shit up. And she like smashes him with one of the canisters.
Yeah, hits him in the head with a canister.
Incapacitates him. He drops the gun he was holding. She grabs the gun he was holding and leaves.
Runs away.
Yeah, instead of shooting him in the goddamn head.
He's a fucking murderer.
Because, as per Drew's research, you can extract viable bone marrow from someone up to 5 days after they've been fucking dead.
Yeah.
So this movie didn't need to exist.
Plot holes.
A little bit. Well, let's put that in goofs on the IMDb
goofs.
trivia. A classic goof, not knowing how bone marrow transplants work.
Can we also very quickly mention the fact that this movie takes place in San Francisco?
Yes.
But was filmed entirely in Pittsburgh? You know, the same geography.
It's basically, I'm sure there's a hill in Pittsburgh.
There's a hill, there's a bridge.
There's a gay guy.
There's a prison on an island in the middle of the sound.
Yeah. I mean, what's the problem?
Same thing.
I think you're being picky.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem.
I think you're the problem. I think you're the bad guy.
I'm going to go back to when I was 12 and apologize to this production.
I'm going to go back to years before I was born and apologize to this production. I made a note. If you're going to get shot, do it in a hospital. I mean, because several cops get shot, and the ones that don't immediately die, I'm like, I bet you're glad this was in a hospital.
You're getting operated on as we speak.
You're going to be okay.
On the opposite side of that, though, how fucking depressing would it be to get shot in a hospital and die?
And still die? That's on the hospital, honestly.
Maybe.
That's just bad doctoring.
Bad doctoring.
So
the head of surgery is Doogie Howser.
MR.
Or Kimona Wanalea, whatever the fuck her name was.
Oh, I was like, that Asian bitch who took her top off in ECW? Yeah, whoever's in the... did that even happen, or did cooler heads prevail?
No, it happened.
And it was yanked before airing.
Disney Plus.
Oh, a Disney Plus. New Doogie Howser. Doogie Kamehameha.
That's the one.
MD.
Kimona Wanalea.
Starring...
no one you've ever heard of.
I mean, the first person that lists as starring is Peyton Elizabeth Lee, but is that the person?
That's gotta be...
It seems
Doogie.
like Mapuana Makia would be the more likely person to be Doogie Kamehameha, MD.
Well, look under cast, stupid.
Oh, Peyton Elizabeth Lee as Lahela Doogie Kamehameha.
So it's even less of a remake. They just threw in the nickname Doogie. Worked.
I kind of want to watch this now, just to
how
see
they get to Doogie.
Lahela Doogie Kamehameha.
I hope that in this universe, Doogie Howser existed.
Oh,
and so they're
and
just
they name her after him.
That's not even her name. They're just like, oh, you're like a Doogie Howser type.
Yeah,
and that's just how she gets called Doogie.
We'll call you Doogie. I like it. Oh, Andrew
Delano Smith.
Andrew Delano Smith. I should have kept reading. Main cast.
Okay.
Peyton Elizabeth Lee as Lahela Doogie Kamehameha, a 16-year-old University of Hawaii medical school graduate. She earned the name Doogie as an in-universe reference to the show Doogie Howser, MD.
Nice.
Drew, why aren't you in Hollywood?
Because I refuse to put penises in my mouth and butt.
The answer is because I am neither Jewish nor gay.
Oh, there you go.
The big two. Sad. Because, I don't know, kid. You got a future there. With ideas like that?
Oh, why? Because I can also be a lazy writer?
Because you can think as stupidly as a Disney Plus sitcom writer. And that, my friend, is where the money's at. Follow the money. Follow your nose. Follow your big... Nope. Not gonna do it. Not in Black History Month. I won't do it.
You know that there's...
Never.
Apparently you're supposed to be able to make an L with your fingers and go under your nose to your...
this is so much better visually, but I still like it.
And, man, Jewish people must have huge hands. Also, I changed my name on Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Look, I'll show you right here.
He is officially Andrew Delano Smith.
Legal binding contract.
Yep.
My name is now Andrew Delano Smith.
Delano. I always love that. So where do we get? So it's basically a 90s thriller-esque chase.
Yep.
With Garcia and Keaton, playing a little cat and also cat. Hopefully, litter boxes have been installed in the unisex bathrooms for both of them.
Cat and cat, of course, the best kind.
And so at one point, Andy has to steal a police motorcycle by punching a policeman in the stomach. By punching a policeman in the stomach, getting on the motorcycle, putting on the helmet that was resting on the motorcycle safety first.
Even though he's literally only driving around the building.
Yeah, not that far.
Yeah.
Not that far. Because again...
But he's driving incredibly recklessly.
That's what I said. I said a number of people very nearly getting legitimately hurt by this motorcycle stunt driving.
Yeah.
Like, it almost hits, like, 4 different people standing there.
He swerves a corner, and the extra is not ready to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So he has to, like, just panic jump out of the way.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it look realistic, but also...
It really does.
A man could have died.
Yeah. I don't know if these extras know how close they came. Garcia meets back up with his kid in the hospital. This is after Michael Keaton has come into the room where the kid is, smashed Agent Dokes in the head, and like threatened the kid. He got surprised, motherfucker, and like threatens the kid, and then takes the doctor hostage and leaves. And then when Andy gets in the room, the kid's very astute observation is, something went really wrong, didn't it? Am I not going to get the surgery? Yeah, not looking great, kid, but I'll keep you updated. Keaton goes over the land bridge to the prison via punching through one of those like grated like wire through it, like unbreakable windows.
Yeah, the ones that are designed so you can't smash them.
Do that. His hand's fine. P.S.
I mean, it was a little cut off.
A little.
He was a little bloody.
Then he like takes over the prison by holding a syringe of sulfuric acid to the neck of the guy from Office Space who came up with the jump to conclusions mat.
Just
Tom
Swakowski?
Tom Sizemore.
Tom Swakowski. Some
Oscar nominee Tom Sizemore. And so he it's actually my last note, because I've noticed that I take a lot of notes in the first 10 minutes, then a few very important points over the next 30 to 45, and then stop.
Yeah, well.
So the last thing I wrote is hacking, all caps.
Yes.
Because what he does, so he holds the syringe to the guy's neck and makes the guy give him his password. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So far, so good. So he gets into the computer system with that guy's password.
Yeah.
The guy says, I can only control the lights and ventilation or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you can, but other people. And then he pushes one button and it brings up the entire staff list and their passwords.
Well, and their clearance.
So he just clicks on the guy with the best clearance and has it.
No
hacking.
No problem.
Also,
I was kind of surprised that there wasn't a joke that his password wasn't password. I was really expecting it to just be password.
I honestly think that was too early for that joke. Yeah.
Disappointing. Okay, when I go back to when I'm 12 and I apologize, I'm going to give them that hint.
Man.
Hey, you know what would be really funny? Make his password.
You're just making things better. His password was Firefly. Predicting single season Fox cult hit. Firefly. The show was Firefly, the movie was Serenity.
Yeah.
Yes. But not the best movie named Serenity.
I don't know, it's pretty good.
True.
But the other one has a kid programming a game where his parents fuck, so I'm kind of torn.
Yeah. Thank you. I know the other one is Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. He's got 2 dicks.
He's got 2 dicks. And he's
also a resident alien.
I've heard that. Season 2 on now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I gotta get caught up.
Did I just blow your mind?
Oh, I didn't know it was out already.
Resident Alien Season 2 and Titler. You are Could you have a better friend than me?
And unlike last week, or a couple weeks ago, where I promised to go home and watch all of Tacoma FD, I still got to do that too. The rest of the season 3 or 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love TV. I'm a big fan of good TV.
The best TV, Resident Alien and Tacoma FD.
Yep.
I've never seen Resident Alien, so I can't comment on it.
I think you'd like it.
I like Alan Tudyk. I'm sure it's fun.
It's filmed in BC. You get to see all the cool parts of Hope.
Why don't we go hang out with Tudyk then?
We should.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Maybe they're filming season 3.
Possibly.
Maybe it's 6 seasons in a movie.
I bet you we could hang out with Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine. We could hang out with both of the stars of Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Ooh. How about Ted Levine?
You could hang out with Ted Levine.
Make him do the tuck?
Make him tuck his dick.
Yeah.
Or we can hang out with Sam the Man Levine, a.k.a. Little Wolverine, a.k.a. Little Jean Valjean.
True. Is that the only thing Ted Levine gets asked?
Probably. He probably just gets people to say, like, people ask him to say, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me." I bet you that's what it is.
Of course, yeah.
And maybe it puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah.
And then also pull your pants down, stick your dick between your legs, show me.
Or
it's really funny because he's got like a pretty long filmography. Like he's done
lots and lots of stuff, but
that's literally the only thing he's remembered.
Pretty iconic.
What's the thing I saw him in something? Oh, he's in the second Jurassic World where he does the Tom and Jerry like gag thing with the Indoraptor.
Would this be Fallen Kingdom?
It is.
Excellent. Go on. Oh,
does
Tom and Jerry with the Indoraptor?
Yeah.
Cool. Ted Levine, American Treasure.
Yeah. So, we are at... Oh, yeah. So, after he almost kills a couple extras, he just, like, drives the motorcycle through the sliding glass doors of the hospital, wipes out, probably for real, in the hallway, and then within, like... a microsecond is up on his feet, taking the helmet off and running away.
Good to go.
Like, no problem.
Yeah. And he's a champ.
And no one chases him.
No.
Even though he just drove past like 8 cops and broke through 2 glass windows. Yeah. Window doors.
A lot of broken glass in this movie.
Yeah. This
high glass.
The budget for this was high.
Absolutely. And this was perhaps originally going to be directed by Michael Bay, who then went and did The Rock instead. And
both movies are set in San Francisco.
Oh my God. In San Francisco prisons, no less.
Yeah. One's cooler than the other one.
And this was instead done by...
Vernon Schrader.
Someone... No, I don't want Desperate Housewives. I want Desperate Measures.
Barbet Schroeder.
And so it is Barbet Schroeder.
Barbet.
What is a Barbet?
Who directed Single White Female, Kiss of Death, Before and After.
Are we doing any of those?
We will not be doing any of those. He also did Barfly, which I think is well respected and regarded.
Is that the one about Barney Gumble?
That is Barney Gumble. It's Mickey Rourke as Barney Gumble.
Nice.
He's French-Swiss.
Yuck.
And apparently he was big in the 60s.
French-Swiss, but born in Iran.
Well, that's why I would explain Barbet.
Yeah.
Barbet's kind of a Iranian name. Just like Mehmet.
Oh yeah, Drew learned Dr. Oz's name today and he's very excited.
Legal government name.
Mehmet Oz.
Mehmet Oz. Oz can't be his real last name.
It's probably short.
Ozmataz.
It could be Ozmataz. Oh, he's Turkish.
Well, look at that. It is.
It's just Oz.
O-Z.
But the O has an accent on it.
So
umlaut. It's pronounced Smith.
Umlaut. He was born in Cleveland, though, which is weird.
Well, Cleveland rocks.
I would imagine that his...
Mehmet Cengiz Oz.
Good pronunciation.
I think that's about right.
Is he running for U.S. Senate?
Ugh, is he?
He is.
He's
a moderate Republican and cites Arnold Schwarzenegger and Theodore Roosevelt as inspiration.
Cool. He's also a fucking quack.
Yep. Sure is. If elected, he would be the first Muslim to serve in the U.S. Senate as a Republican.
What?
How can you be a Republican Muslim? Oh, because he's rich.
Yeah. You cracked the code.
Yeah, I did. And that's it. Done.
Running for 2022. So these midterms, 2022 U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania State Senate.
Pennsylvania.
Well, PA, I have
good news.
No faith in you to do the right thing, but Godspeed.
Do the right thing.
And vote for probably the black woman who's running against him.
Or the black non-binary...
An NB? An NB?
An NB, yeah. Vote for the NB.
Always, guys, if you have a choice, always vote NB. That's our tip of the week.
The lock of the week.
Yeah. It's
our
cock
of the week.
Shoe-in of the week. I'm holding a giant shoe, by the way.
Really big shoe.
So where do we get? So Garcia's made his way to the prison. The rest of the cops are trying to get there via land bridge. Keaton has set it up. He's got one of these propane, cyclopropane, whatever the fuck.
Propane and propane accessories.
He's got a propane and propane accessory canister stashed on top on the Skyway thing. So he's like daring them to come through so he can blow them all away. I didn't remember if he did or not. I was kind of hoping he would. I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah.
It just blew everyone away. Like it was too many characters we knew though. It was Brian Cox.
And then like the guy who was working with Brian Cox who didn't really have like a lot of lines and stuff.
Yeah. But it'd be cool. I'm like, it'd be awesome. We just murdered everyone besides Andy Garcia and Michael Keaton. But they pushed out and Garcia shot at them first to scare them off. And then as they were sort of retreating, Garcia blew up the thing while no one was on the bridge because he's a coward.
He's a coward.
And so yeah, then Keaton gets out of there. What are we at? Keaton stealing a car? Am I missing any main points?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Keaton gets out because basically he ties all of the guards together. He basically daisy chains all the guards and escapes, steals a guy's car. Garcia shows up. Keaton gets out through these tunnels that he found through the very accessible blueprints, and steals a car. Garcia's hot on his tail. Steals a cop car because why not? Is it stealing a cop car if you're a cop?
I don't think he was. I don't know.
much like I'm sure we'll get into Jeremy Irons' talk next week or the week after, but in the similar vein of is it stealing a cop car if you're a cop? Is it what did he say? Is it it's not incest if it's gay? What? Jeremy Irons makes bizarre remarks comparing gay marriage to incest between fathers and sons.
Well, he has a son.
He does have a son.
Is that him admitting to fucking his son?
Maybe. I'll have to further research that, but I think there's some news to mine there. When the interviewer reminded this is fun. I honestly feel like I'm giving this a week early, but let this be a fun preview for next week. Oscar-winning actor Jeremy Irons. Oh, did he win the Oscar for the movie we're going to do? Exciting.
We sure did.
Oscar-winning actor Jeremy Irons has sparked outrage by suggesting that same-sex marriage could lead to incest between fathers and sons, fearing it will debase marital law. In an interview with the Huffington Post, commie rag, the 64-year-old actor who stated that he didn't have a strong feeling either way on the subject mused, could a father not marry his son? When the interviewer reminded Irons about incest laws, the actor continued, "It's not incest between men," adding, "Incest is there to protect us from inbreeding, and men don't breed." I see zero flaws in this logic.
Scott, I got a statement I'm not proud about saying.
Give him another Oscar.
I kind of am on his side. He seems like a cool guy.
He seems like a pretty cool guy.
You know what? If that is the technical term for incest,
yeah,
then he's just stating facts.
He's just, you know what?
He's saying that you can have sex with your son, and P.S. he has a son who's an actor, and it's totally cool.
Seems to me like Jeremy Irons is just reporting the news.
Oh, is he a correspondent for the news?
We've got
our first correspondent.
We now go live to incest correspondent Jeremy Irons out in the field, currently kissing his son.
It's so weird to me when people like that come forward with bizarre statements like that.
Unprompted.
Well, yeah, I'm prompted, but also, like, he's a stage actor.
Yeah.
You know who's gay? Everyone who's a stage actor. So him coming out and being against gay marriage is bizarre.
You know who's gay?
It's true.
You're not
Name
wrong.
me one straight stage actor, and I'll call you a liar.
Jeff Daniels.
Liar.
No.
Gay. Him and Jim Carrey, they fucked.
Once.
But Jim Carrey's asshole is as elastic as his face.
He got me on a technicality.
You can fit your whole head in there.
They did fuck in Dumb and Dumber. No, they actually fucked on the set of Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah.
They were fine the first time.
Hook, line, and sphincter.
Anyway, what happened with this fucking
What if
movie?
he kisses his son before he fucks him?
It would be polite, but I can't tell you the inner workings of
Irons household
of Sir Irons. I don't think he's knighted, but maybe he will be one day for cool comments like that.
Not if he's going to make cool comments.
So, I mean, it's not that much of a car chase. I guess there's a few like sort of car stunts.
A little bit, but like, I mean, a lot of it is just very slowly, casually driving.
Yeah.
Then realizing that Andy Garcia is driving behind you.
Yeah. And then there's some highway shenanigans. There's some driving backwards on the highway. There's trying to not get hit by a big truck that's skidding to a stop, etc. He follows them to they cross over the Bay Bridge into Oakland, which is how Keaton knew that trouble was brewing, because there was a San Francisco PD car chasing him in Oakland. He's like, well, these pussies from San Fran ain't dealing with Oakland crime.
Nope.
So I got trouble.
Where are you behind me?
And so they go over the Bay Bridge, and then they go to like some smaller, like rural drawbridge type thing where Garcia calls into the, I don't know, bridge people.
The bridge people.
Pretending to be Brian Cox, because I guess regular Garcia doesn't have the authority to try to stop a serial killer.
Yeah, I guess not.
So like, okay, fine, it's my superior, and you should lift the bridge. So showdown on the bridge. Some other cops get in position to shoot him. Garcia like body shields Keaton because he's still holding out hope. I don't know. Keaton fucks around. Garcia has to shoot him in the leg.
Yeah.
And then he goes over the bridge. And Garcia, to his credit,
like very high up.
It's a fall. Keaton does a big old green screen fall off the edge of the bridge, and then someone else does a real fall. And Garcia, to his credit, is he's in the water 3 seconds after Keaton. He's like, Keaton's in, I'm in.
He's
We're
going.
Yeah. Saves him. They go back to the hospital. I guess Garcia's not in trouble for doing a lot of taking the law into his own hands and just destruction of property.
Well, maybe we don't find out till later. And they do the transplant. The kid's nosebleed stops, so I guess he's all good.
Guess he got better. I guess one day he'll be in 2 episodes of Mindhunter.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting
He can just go back to snorting some coke.
With 2 episodes of Mindhunter with a still a very baby face, but a man's hairline.
A man's.
An older gentleman's hairline. And Keaton is recovering in a hospital bed, presumably going to be put back into probably not general population. I think he might have. I
would assume not
abused those privileges.
I would assume murdering police officers and lighting I don't know, surgeons on fire.
What's Keaton's kill count in this? Like 6 or 7?
Cop through the head, cop through the chest,
cop in the vent.
Two people he lit on fire presumably die.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I feel like there's probably one other sneaky one in there that we're forgetting. I'm putting the over under 5.5.
Okay.
What are you taking?
I think it's under.
Wrong.
I think it's 5. But either way, he just murdered 5 more people. I don't think he's going back into general pop.
Yeah, which is too bad. He's recovering in his bed. I don't even. It's a security guy or a cop?
I think it's a cop.
Oh yeah, it's a cop.
He's got a badge on everything.
It's B. Adams.
B. Adams.
His badge said Brian Adams. And and Keaton's very, very out of it, and he's mumbling something quietly to the cop. Cop gets closer, and he's asking about like the surgery work, and is the kid okay? And he's like, yeah, everything. Everyone's
taken. Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy upstairs. It's great. And then Keaton does full Undertaker sit up with the
motorized bed.
Sit up all the way, eyes wide open. He has taken the cop's gun, which was a tight move, and says, "What kind of car do you drive?"
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And cuts to black, and Keaton was the hero the whole time.
The lovable scamp.
Yeah. He's going back on the road, baby. It's there were options for sequels. You can obviously pick it up just where this left off and you can either do a second thriller type chase or just Keaton chilling on the road, see what he does next in life. Like he gets away scot-free.
Yeah. Goes to Mexico, finds a nice Mexican woman.
And then second sequel option is the grown-up kid right after he does Mindhunter and has a man's hairline. He's got murder marrow in him. And now does that.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
Let's write to Burbot Schrader.
Let's write a spec script to Burbot Schroeder.
Burbot Schroeder.
Who is alive and is 81 years old.
That's Dr. Oz.
That's Dr. Oz, but I remember the things I said. Burbot Schroeder, born 1941. Pardon me. I pegged him. I put him as much older.
You pegged him?
I pegged him much harder than this. He turns 81 this year. He's currently 80.
Good for him.
A young man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Burbot Schroeder. So I think, he hasn't done anything of note since this movie 24 years ago.
Well, that's directing. Has he done anything producing wise, or
maybe he's slid into he's produced as recently as 2011.
Okay.
Where he executive produced a short.
No, that's still producing.
He's acted. He was a voice in a documentary in 2017.
Well, there you go. He's busy.
He's
swamped.
He's got a lot going on.
But he's got time to do the sequel.
He's got time for Desperate Measures 2 Murder Marrow, which is pretty cool sounding.
Pretty sick. I like that.
Yeah. I'm into it too. So that's the move. So stay tuned for next week when we do Desperate Measures 2, directed by Burbot Schroeder and starring Jeremy Irons as the grown-up boy who got the murder marrow in him. No, we're doing Reversal of Fortune. Jeremy Irons won Oscar win, I believe. Let me confirm if that's right or not. But I think it does. He have more than one? I don't think he has more than one. What do you think?
I think he's got one.
Why don't you weigh in?
One and probably maybe one other nomination.
He has won one Oscar and been nominated for one Oscar. He is 100. He's batting 1,000.
Good for him. Him and Kobe Bryant.
Those are the two. Did you know? This is a fun fact. And people, you'd think in the near 100-year history of the Oscars, there'd be more. But there's only two people who have one nomination and one win.
Yep.
Jeremy Irons and the Black Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant.
R.I.P. Prince.
R.I.P. Prince. 24, now and forever. Not Number 8.
I mean, 8 was the rapist.
8 was the rapist.
24's just got an unbeatable work ethic.
Absolutely. And an Oscar.
You're
welcome.
For a movie about himself.
Almost as many as Fisher Stevens. Does Fisher Stevens have more than one Oscar? Is he the most of Jeremy Irons, Kobe Bryant, and Fisher Stevens? Who is the most successful?
Fisher Stevens.
Also
100%.
I would like to make a public apology.
Oh no!
I would like to apologize to the listeners, to my family, to you, of course, to my country, and to my God.
To Fisher Stevens as well,
and to Fisher Stevens
for giving him false hope that he had won an Oscar.
No. I made a false statement earlier, and I'd like to immediately retract it. As fast as I have retracted several racist jokes during Black History Month so far, there are 3 people who have one Oscar nomination and 1 win. Jeremy Irons, the Black Mamba Kobe Bryant, and Fisher Stevens, 2010 Oscar winner for Best Documentary, The Cove.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
As well as 4 Primetime Emmy nominees.
Boston Legal. Boston Public. Boston MD. Boston Fire.
Look, don't insult...
I assume he's a Boston boy.
Don't insult Chicago by acting like Boston has as many shows as it. Chicago is the city with the things. I'm sorry, he is a 5-time Emmy nominee, 2 for the same thing. 2012 for some entry in American Masters. 2016 for documentary filmmaking for Racing Extinction. 2017 for both exceptional merit in documentary filmmaking for Bright Lights starring Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, and also outstanding directing for nonfiction in the same thing, and 2020 nominee for outstanding documentary or nonfiction series Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness.
Huh.
Is that the real? Yeah, it is.
I did not know he was involved.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Well, okay, so we can agree
he's number 1.
He's the most successful.
Yeah. He did fucking Tiger King, man.
Then Kobe, then Irons.
Sure.
Because Kobe's got some NBA titles.
Got some NBA titles, and he also didn't play a lion.
And he also didn't play a dumb lion. I hope that doesn't come up over the next 2 episodes. I hope that doesn't come up the movie we do after, which I don't think we've said yet, Reversal of Fortune, the
you did already.
Klaus and Sonny von Bülow story.
You already did.
Which involves murder.
You already did.
Murder most foul.
Yes. Because he murders birds.
FOWL. Wordplay. So that's everything.
So what are we at? 6 hours now? We've been recording for 6 hours? 5 hours?
Just over 2, which compared to the last 2 weeks is a dream.
Still too long.
Still too long. We still gave you people more than you deserved, because if there's one thing that's become clear over the course of this, we spoil you.
We do spoil you.
And
you get too much from us.
Why don't you go ahead and spoil us by sending a little something? Hey, it can even be a request for a movie review if it's $20 or more, to paypal.me/notscotthenson. And let us treat you right. I have run out of words. You say something, and then I'm going to press stop.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. We also both have new shirts up.
We do have new shirts up at prowrestlingtees.com/Scott Henson.
And don't forget that you can still just give us money, and you don't have to pick a movie.
You don't have to pick a movie.
Unless you really want to. But if you're like, I don't know any movies, I don't know what movies they'll review.
What's a movie?
Then just give us $50 and it'll be fine.
Exactly. It's not like that hard.
Don't get too hung up on the having to pick a movie.
Yeah.
You can just give us money.
In knowing what a movie is. Just money first, and we'll iron out the detail. Jeremy irons out the details later. And that's...
Incest correspondent, Jeremy Irons.
And that's a closer.